Okay, it is 7 o'clock. I am going to call.
Hold on.
Sorry, I got excited.
What did Usher say? What did Usher say at 7 o'clock?
It is 7 o'clock, and I'm going to call this meeting to order. All rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, noting the absence of Mr. Herman. And we're going to go right into the board minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of Finance Committee meeting minutes of June 13th, 2022, fiscal year 2022 amended school budget public hearing of June 13th, 2022, and regular board meeting minutes of June 13th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Flores,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the executive meeting minutes of Finance Committee executive session meeting minutes of June 13th, 2022, and regular board executive session meeting minutes of June 13th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Belt,
Yes.
Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, and our July 2022 expenses, I need a motion to approve as presented. Were there any additional bills? No? Okay, so just a motion to approve the July 2022 expenses as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, and then our treasurer's report, Mr. Peters.
All right. Balance in the super now account at the end of June was $263,134.61. Outstanding checks for the month totaled $130,608.76. June payroll expense carryover $11,715.25, leaving the adjusted bank balance at $120,810.60. Lunch program balance $2,098.84. Impress fund $5,000. Balance of $127,909.44. The investments totaled $13,260,281.28, leaving a balance of all funds at the end of June at $13,388,190.72. June receipts $5,470,582.31, and expenses were $6,442,416.23. The individual fund balances at the end of June: education fund $5,432,512.26, building fund $1,011,036.67, bond and interest $1,095,418.35, transportation $2,124,170.83, IMRF $284,798.39, working cash $2,641,976.96, tort fund balance $245,956.44, and life safety $552,320.82. Interest for the month was $713.83. We had just a few distributions from the state. State aid, $211,931.45. State aid for EDF funding, $49,5839. ESSER grant funds, $995, and state free lunch, $212.16. And there were 2 real estate distributions, one for $4,667,034.87, and a second for $563,726.67. The balances are in the packet.
All right, any questions?
When is the bond done? Like here soon, right? November. And there will be nothing left in that account when it's paid off, right? It'll just close?
And the 13.3 that he noted, that the balance of all funds, that's going to be significantly lower next month
Because
because,
we'll have to pay AC.
yep,
That's what I thought.
the rest of HVAC, well, Probably won't be completed by the August, but another large payment will be made, plus the abatement will be on it as well.
Okay,
So,
all right. I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Hernandez. Pappas.
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Missouri.
yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, and we have one public comment turned in. Ms. Weissel?
Carla Weissel, Illinois. The voters have spoken and the referendum overwhelmingly lost. Now the board is going to have to do what the board should have been showing the board could do all along. In other words, cut the spending. No more Pappas, Pallmeyer, Herman, and Flores voting to amend and add to an administrative contract 2 weeks before the referendum vote. The voters said no. No more when an administrator asked to add an aide, Pappas asked why not add 3 or 4. The voters said no. No more Pallmeyer complaining about spending $8,000 on a Bobcat statue when minutes and transcripts show Pallmeyer voted for the Bobcat statue and made a joke about it. The voters said no. No more spending down the reserves from $15 million to the public not knowing how much will be left, especially when the state has not paid their share for extended periods of time before. Not spending down so much of the reserves would have given the board more time to figure out the problem. The voters said no. No more holding the Executive Session Finance Committee meeting on June 13, 2022, chaired by Pallmeyer, where the public could hear from behind closed doors 75 feet away, laughing and giggling. The time for joking and laughing is over. In fact, other than public comments, Feature 200U has not had a committee meeting open to the public in 3 months. Be transparent and serious. The voters said no. No more when the board is given an opportunity to appoint a board person with financial experience. Instead, Pappas, Herman, Belt, Mazurek, and Pallmeyer chose Flores, which was just another yes vote. The voters said no. No more when a former board member stated at a finance committee meeting that she wanted to make sure to be careful about adding positions and therefore was being fiscally responsible so the board doesn't have to, quote, cut. Pallmeyer stated prior to her current board term that now she has more, quote, ammo, unquote, for the next board meeting. The voters said no. No more Pappas stating her desire for a track and football stadium at the May 2022 board meeting when district finances and enrollment are plummeting. Test scores are in the tank. Figure this out because at the current pace, the district will be bankrupted in a few short years with few students enrolled. The board incompetence is staggering. Consider a financial consultant. This has to stop. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Staff report, Dr. Gaham.
You haven't, you guys asked me to talk about the custodians. We still aren't having much luck. It's the way the world is right now. However, we have put in to the local newspapers as well to try to reach out to people who don't look at educational websites. We are having 2 separate companies come in. We're going to look at both this building and the elementary, see which one they find would be easier, i.e. cheaper for us if we can't get the bodies in here. We're trying. I assure you, might want to have our own people doing our own work, but like I said, the world we live in right now, it's very, very difficult to find people who want to, come in from 3 to 11 and clean classrooms. It's difficult, but it's been open, and we're looking to still hire them. I think Mike said he needs 2 employees. He probably can get by with 1, so we can get 1 person in there. Well, with a service, we can get 1 person in there with a service. We'll be fine. If we don't have a service, we need 3.
Okay.
And seeing that's been open for 9 to 10 months. Yeah. I'll cross my fingers for y'all.
Okay.
The lunch service, like they got everyone they wanted hired, so that's good to go.
Yeah, they just reached out to me. They found another person that they're looking to, so Arbor's going through the process of hiring them, and then they'll share with me that information when they get it. So we had Sarah Miller. She's going to be our connection between the 2. She came in last week, walked around again, took pictures of it. We did have to buy a new oven here because our oven here is just on this last leg. Other than that, everything else is good to go. We're ready for food service to start up. And I got a phone call from the State Commodities Board today, and I'm going to pass on to Sarah to get some free food as well. Yep.
What board? The what board?
Commodities. So from ISBD.
And then everything is going on track at the buildings? for us to
Yeah,
be
so I
opening?
can give you a nice little update. Our tiles guys got here today. We reached out to, Mike talked to them. They're probably, well, I can tell you that probably, they are 1 week late on the start. They said it's probably a 3-week project, so they'll be done the first week of August. However, in their contract is every day after June 20th or July 20th, they are not done, it's a $500 fee assessed to them. And so my hope is they're gonna say, well, we should probably have 9 guys instead of 7 guys who work for that. works
The
out.
people that help move everything out of the building are going to help move everything back?
Yep.
With it being moved back
Yep.
later, they're still available? Okay.
Yep, so, talking to Mike, as long as we get everybody trades-wise done, start moving stuff back in by August 12th, will be just fine.
Okay.
Holy cow. And when do institutes start?
17th.
17, okay. Okay.
I'm not worried yet, if that makes you feel any better.
No, I'm just trying to check, because it's coming, so I'm like,
Oh, I
okay, are
know.
we still on track for everything?
Yep.
Yeah.
PUV should be delivered this week.
Okay.
And we are good, like, technology, we don't have any back orders on it, I know lots of schools have back orders for that, we're good.
Technology-wise, no, we didn't order any big technology pieces this summer.
And we're ready to go next week for registration.
Oh, yes, yep. Matter of fact, Joe came in today to double check on one document, and we're good to go. So it's all ready to be opened up on the 18th.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yep. And I did send out, Joe, are you sending out, I know I sent out a reminder Friday to the community. Are you sending out reminders on a regular basis still, or?
We can, there is a letter going out that also addresses a password change that should have a mention of it. But we can send something out.
Great,
Don't go
password
change, don't go
changes.
change your password, then.
Don't do that. Okay. Any other questions for Dr. Graham?
No, it's down. It's on the
Okay.
there.
Reason for executive session?
I have none.
None? Anyone? Okay. Awesome. Moving on. We're going to go into old business. I need a motion to approve the 2022-2023 elementary, junior high, and high school student handbooks as a second reading and as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Palmer? Yes. Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Zerk?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Motion carried.
A motion to approve board policy 660, section 10 as first
Can
reading.
we have some discussion for a minute?
Sure thing.
Okay. On board policy 660, I noticed there was a firestorm over the weekend. But I think we understand, as I reached out to Dr. Gaham, we do offer help in there. And with State Bill 818 and PA Public Act, it's a public act, we can opt out of that, not the health portion, but of the, I got it here, comprehensive sexual health education. Opting out does not remove it from, does not remove our health portion, okay, and that's what we offer.
Correct.
So what Dr. Gaham put in the thing today, and I was gonna reach out, but I got a little thing, is it shall not. I just don't think that we should remove it because it is a policy, but it shall not.
We have the wording we have to do, right?
So, John Izzo actually called me, and I provided you in
Yeah.
the actual, what he suggested. You're more than welcome to amend it to say the superintendent
Because
shall
you're
not,
Oh,
or.
here it is.
So the hiccup we have right now is, and John was in the same boat, we thought we were in the clear the whole way, we thought we had a firm understanding, and then when he went through 660 one more time, it does have that line, so the superintendent will create this class. Well,
We're not creating a new curriculum.
correct, we're not creating a class that we already have a health class for it. And so, any way you want to put it into board policy, we are not creating a class.
Yeah.
And so we just want to make sure if it ever comes back, those standards aren't required by us because we don't have that class available.
And you wouldn't change anything but just add not after shall.
Well, I would say whatever Izzo said to do for the legality.
It's your world, I'm just a superintendent.
Well, then you leave it open. Then you had till August 2022 to opt out.
We don't have it, there's
I know,
nothing to
I know,
opt
but-
out of.
But you can still opt out of it.
There's
that
nothing.
down the
How
road.
can you opt out of
We
something
can't say
when
we're
something
never
doesn't
gonna do
exist?
something in the future, we don't have that.
That's what I'm
capability.
asking. How can you opt out of something when something does not exist?
There's no
Doesn't
need to
exist.
opt out.
Right, it doesn't exist.
It
Why?
doesn't
You already
exist.
have it in health, so why do you need the comprehensive sexual health education?
Because some schools have it as a curriculum,
Yeah.
like they have sex ed as a curriculum, a class by itself. We don't offer that.
Well, I don't think Piatone, or am I correct? One of them there, I don't think they have it, but they opted out. So, all I'm saying, I'm not here to argue this point with you guys, I'm just asking you guys, it's one word, and I know some people don't want to, but removing it, shall not. Same thing as opting out.
So the shall not would be talking about all items 1 through 14.
No. So not, then you add in there the comprehensive sexual health education, I'm sorry, that was my fault. It doesn't
So
change.
what Mr. Mazurka is saying is that line that I gave you, the big bold letter, currently says the superintendent shall implement. He is suggesting, it's in my work packet,
Okay.
I'm sorry, my full report. He is suggesting just change the terminology. The superintendent shall not implement a comprehensive health education program in accordance with the state law. And the fact, but that would
What
mean
did-
we opt out of
what did our
the
district lawyer-
NSES standards because we don't have a
But by
comprehensive.
the law, you have a right to opt out.
Yeah, but what did the district lawyer recommend?
Mr. Izzo said the board needs to remove that line from policy.
Okay.
So the entire line gets removed.
So we move.
Is, you need to negate that line,
Yes.
however you see fit.
My
Yeah.
vote is what our district council advised us to do.
Yes, I agree. So, what is the consensus here? Because you're saying shall not, Dr., Mr. Izzo says to take that line out.
Removing it and saying shall not is the same thing. 'cause
Yeah.
you're removing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you
That's what I said, I'm
remove
just
the
doing
entire
shall
I would say to
completely.
remove the entire
Line
That's what
completely.
he was recommending.
line completely. Would you agree with that? Would you agree?
Because I feel like under shall not, you can always, the future board in the future can bring it back in.
Well, we can bring it back at any time, whether we delete
Even if
that
you say
statement
shall
or
not, it's not a sentence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
One.
Go with legal counsel.
Agreed.
Okay, so the motion will stand as a motion to approve Board Policy 660, Section 10 as first reading, omitting the sentence, "The superintendent shall implement a comprehensive health education program in accordance with state law." Yeah?
That sounds like a motion to me.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second. Flores? Yes. Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer? Yes. Motion carried.
Okay. And under new business, we have some MOUs, first on coding. I need a motion to accept the memorandum of understanding for a coding club stipend as presented.
Now, let's keep in mind that this was last year's. And there was a big.
So why is it being, like, why does it need approved again? I thought once you had a club, it was kind of a club unless it got canceled.
So it's a club is you can have a club all day long. However, past practice of the Board of Education has been, once you establish that a club is there, we then compensate the teachers for that time. And
So
so right now,
last year-
there is zero stipend. Ms. Waterman last year.
Oh, so it was a volunteer thing in the past, just to
Correct.
test it out, and now
Yes.
they
Correct.
do want it, and they're gonna continue, so they wanna add it to the
Yep.
offering of club. Okay, that makes sense.
And I know money is a serious concern with our community. This is the smallest percentage in the contract when it comes to the stipend. I believe it's $600.
When it's keeping an offering have, I mean, if we don't, then
For what kids-
the
for
club
what-
is not going to exist because the teacher is not gonna do it for free
Right.
anymore.
From my understanding, it was very well attended.
Very well.
Yeah.
I don't have the numbers for you, but when I walked by, there was lots of kids there. And this is something that a lot of kids are getting into. I mean, I'm stunned.
My son started. He asked Dr. Kwasny and met with her to present his plan. But again, you know, this is where we're at. So, if someone so moves, as I said, a motion to accept the MOU for a coding club stipend as presented.
So,
One second. Moved it, I seconded it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay, Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, and then for golf, I need a motion to accept the MOU of understanding, okay, that's redundant, memorandum of understanding for the junior high school golf stipend.
And it was created years ago, but then with the pandemic, it didn't, so this is like, what's going
Well,
on?
this has always kind of been a thing because Dave Serafin, whose son wanted to be at the state level, volunteered as a parent all those years. Now he's an employee of ours, but he volunteered. Peyton's obviously in high school now and love Dave, but I'm not going to ask that man to continue to volunteer his time.
I mean, he's been volunteering
And
for
he
years.
does not
but-
want this stipend at all. He just says, I'll focus on high school. And there was an interest survey sent out, and there's a good set of kids who would start this. Once again, the lowest coaching stipend available on the contract.
Now, but is it just a stipend, or is this like, I mean, are we going to have to provide like clubs, all that, just a stipend? Okay.
But refresh my memory, because in years past, you may have had onesie twosies. It's not like a coding club where you're gonna have 10 or 15.
Wednesday, Tuesdays.
I mean, how many kids are for the junior high golf?
I would have to ask Brandon, but the one meeting we had went up to 15 kids. And even if, let's say, 5 of them step away, so 10 kids on the ball team, it's significant.
When is that season?
Coming up.
It's in the fall?
It's a fall.
All right. So, I need a motion to approve.
So, second.
Okay, Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, I need a motion to accept the memorandum of understanding for the incentive deadline as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, moving into employment, I need a motion to accept the resignation of Mary Ann Martin as a teacher.
So moved.
Second.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to accept the resignation of Nathan Schwarzentraub as high school assistant varsity girls basketball coach.
So moved.
Second.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. And I need a motion to accept the resignation of Jacob Pevion as junior high school basketball coach.
So moved.
Second.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to accept the resignation of Terry Waterman as junior high school student council advisor.
So moved.
Second.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the employment of Sarah Martizek as a teacher aide.
We missed number 6.
Oh, sorry. I jumped and so did my page on here apparently. I need a motion to accept the resignation of Lily Lepardo as teacher.
So moved.
Second.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. And I need a motion to approve the employment of Sarah Martizek as a teacher aide. Which school is this for?
She would be at the high school.
So moved.
Second.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, and I need a motion to approve the employment of Kathy Weiss as junior high school student council advisor.
So moved. Second.
Hernandez. Pappas.
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the employment of Megan Mahoney as teacher.
So moved.
Herman, I'm sorry, Pappas.
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Hernandez. Motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the employment of Debbie Rojas as Bobcat Pride sponsor.
So moved.
Second?
Pappas.
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, so the quote from Trenchless Innovations of Crete is in the packet. No, probably do
That.
that. It's not quite right yet. Any questions on that? Okay.
So if I may, just want to make sure I remind everybody and the public can hear this as well.
Mm-hmm.
This pipe is buried in 5 feet of concrete and it's 45 feet long. In order for us to excavate this pipe, we would have to dig up 5 feet by 5 feet in the elementary, including probably hand buckets out the front door, because we're not going to get an excavator back there. They did run the camera. The camera now has that 4-inch pipe down to about 2.5 inches because of the scaling that's going on. And so the only reason it's not, I mean, it's cracked, it's broken. The only reason it's not flooded is because you have concrete all around it, and it's kind of holding it together. So this process will indeed make sure that it basically becomes a PVC pipe, and it's going to be good for just like all the other PVC pipes. So when you look at that number, I get it's a large number, but it's a lot cheaper than the process I just shared with you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And would it be done before school?
oh, they'll get it done in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm happy it was found as well.
And that'll solve that issue altogether.
Yep, all your main drainage pipes will now be updated and replaced with the elementary. You will not have any of those issues. So we're ready to go there. And as I promised, I will not be bringing anything to this board that is not a need. The days of wants are probably gone. So if I bring you something, I assure you, it's within the realm of what we need to make sure this is operable.
So I need a motion to approve the quote from Trenchless Innovations of Crete, Illinois, in the amount of $18,200.
I'll second.
Flores.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Pappas.
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
It's your
I was,
All right. I need a motion to approve the fiscal year 2023 district consolidated plan as presented.
Sorry, guys.
This is the plan application
Yeah.
for title grants,
Yeah.
so. that we have to-
It's the same one you see every year.
Yeah. Routine
Yeah.
motion we have to do.
so moved, thank you.
Thought it was a part of the receipt. I was like,
I'm sorry, was there a second?
Yes.
Brandon?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Randy, I didn't hear you.
Okay. Belt.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Pappas. Palmer.
Yes.
Flores.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, so under other discussion items, first Prairie State and AP high school incentives.
So I shared with you in my board packet, which we know the referendum did not pass. So we have to find areas where the money we spend isn't for a plethora of students or it doesn't make things better. So if you guys remember 3-4 years ago, Brad and I kind of started this incentive program with Prairie State College. It's been great for the kids, don't get me wrong, where we've paid for half of their tuition for 2 classes. So every semester is costing us about $950 per kid. So $1,900 per student, and there's about 20 of them. So last year alone, we spent, last year we spent in reimbursements $17,230 for that, plus another $6,000 in textbooks. That's just for Prairie State students, those 20 kids, got $23,000. And then our AP reimbursement, which was the model you guys adopted a few years ago, where 100% gets the $94, I'm sorry, 5 get 100% back, 4 get 75, 3 50, and 2s get, no, 2s don't get anything.
And that was the last meeting, Mike had talked about maybe having them cover their own textbooks, but it couldn't be this year. It's kind of too late to implement it this year? Is that kind of
Nothing's
what
ever
you're
too
talking?
late, Ms. Bell.
Okay. But that was at least having them do their textbooks because we're having a problem with them returning them, taking
Yeah.
care of them.
So there is no concerns in terms of if a student is no longer going to be reimbursed, Mr. Meyer and Mr. Sarsney, putting them back in a first period class. And so, as I said in the plethora of my videos, sooner or later, we have to start watching how we spend. And so what I'm arguing is, what I'm saying is, there is $23,000 we're spending for a good cause that we can't afford anymore. And so the difficult part of being board members is, it's up to you guys to decide if this is where we want to make the first cut, or if we want to keep moving forward with it.
Are they already enrolled? Like
They are.
from last
How
year?
many students are in the program this year?
I believe it's 23, as Ms. Steve said.
I mean, I feel like that's just kind of, I mean, I understand, but I kind of feel like it's kind of late notice for the parents. Like, if they've already enrolled, they're planning on getting reimbursed and doing all this, and then we're saying a month before school starts, I can't do that anymore. I mean, I feel like if we want to do it,
You can do it a semester. You can do semester.
maybe something like that where you're giving parents some kind of notice, because I do feel like, as a parent, I'd be really upset if that's my plan, that was our child's plan for their senior, junior, whatever year, and then literally school's going to start in a month, and you're telling me we're changing their whole schedule and their whole senior life plan. Like, that would be kind of upsetting. I know it only affects 23 kids, but.
Is
It's
this
still
already in the
23,
budget?
Yes.
This is already planned for?
You guys do not, you have not approved a school budget for the fiscal year.
Oh,
So it's not, okay.
Yes.
In the August meeting, you'll have a
Right.
preliminary. budget.
Right, but is the dollar amount already worked into that? Even though we haven't?
It's in the Excel document.
Okay.
That's what I'm wondering, okay.
And the other option is also like if they don't, maybe we could do a percentage based on what their grade they get reimbursed. That was something I remember Mike said too. Instead of just flat, you get reimbursed. If you get an A, you get so much. If you get a B, you get so much. If you get a C, so much, or a C and below is nothing. I do like that plan better.
My daughter's in it. Okay, this will be her senior year. My senior who just graduated did it for 2 years. It's an added bonus of getting the 50% back, but that was not
The
goal.
deciding factor.
That wasn't I'm just
Yeah.
talking from personal
Yeah.
experience, that was not my desire. The end goal was to get the college credits. And I'm gonna say this, with my son going away to school, everything transferred. He is walking in with 24 credits. You can attest to it as well last year with
Yes.
Brittany. So it does work, but yes, the money's a great thing because I just turn around and pay the next semester, but that's not the reason why
So you're,
I'm into that program,
Yeah.
for the money.
But for
It's
some,
not
I
the
mean,
money.
it is like,
that's $1,000 extra a kid
Yeah.
that you would have to spend? 2,000.
Because there's 2 semesters.
There's 2 semesters, so you're getting basically almost $1,000 back. And who knows if Prairie State's tuition has gone up. It went up from Cam's junior year to senior year, so it can go, and more than likely, it will be increased again.
And I believe Prairie State used their COVID funds to reimburse tuition on their students 2 years ago.
I mean, again, this is gonna be one of the many things
Yes,
that's
it
gonna
is.
bother me because we
I just feel like it's short
have
notice.
excellent level
By the way,
of
you can't make a motion tonight. This is a
No,
discussion
this is
item.
just a discussion.
It's in the
But even if we do end up
handbook.
making a motion, then that's gonna be in August.
Right. But it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
that's
very,
First reading would be in August. You couldn't approve it until September because it has to go in the handbook.
right.
So they
And
would
it's-
already be enrolled and started,
Correct.
Correct. And,
At best, you're looking at
Registration's-
second semester.
yeah.
right,
second
and the
semester.
registration's next week too, so you really can't you're pulling the rug out.
So
from
we're,
underneath.
we're choosing pretty much from second semester, either we're not covering any of it, or we're going to do like so much per grade. That's what we kind of have to think
That's
about in the
something we
next
have to
month.
talk about.
Or talk about.
I can see maybe, you know, going into that, that AB, and I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because I used that program, just as you did, Janet. You know, my daughter got all 24 credits. Maybe a little different percentage, but I think it's a great incentive for the kids that want to do it. And I think there's two important elements here in the district. And it's our educators and our students. I know what happened, just recently, but I just don't want to start taking educational opportunities away. I know that these are kids that come in, and there's certain ones, 23. It's an incentive to our school. We still have a great school, and that's another incentive. I understand we have to cut corners. But
I mean, when you have the high level that you want, that we have brought, and, I mean, I don't want to take things away either, but operational expenses are operational expenses.
And if you have to look, if we have, how many kids do we have in our district total? Over 1,000, right? And this is 20, this is benefiting 23
It's
kids.
going to hurt every step of the way.
If that,
Sure.
Is there a way to talk to the Education Foundation to see if maybe they can help supplement that?
That's a good
plan?
idea.
That's what they do. They
That would
give
be great if they would have
They
a
might-
benefit they haven't had in 2 years.
I know, they couldn't, I know, but
They could've done it-
but
they
I know,
could've done
but
all
that's an
different
idea.
ways,
That's
but it's
what
a
they
great
do.
idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
maybe to even offer
And
scholarships, or like
parents
you said,
also-
maybe they'll cover $500 towards,
Right.
like not
Yeah.
the whole thing, or $200
Right,
towards
but and
anything
also
else.
too, Prairie State is less expensive.
Yeah.
So
And the
with
fact
my
that they get
24
us-
credit hour kid, just like you, we got a bargain because everything transferred over to their universities, and they're already ahead of the game
That's huge, yeah.
for a huge savings.
So it would be beneficial for the parents, whether or not they get a credit or not.
Whether they get half
To
that
do this.
reimbursement or not.
And I
Right.
mean, just.
But how many of those kids' parents wouldn't be able to do it then if they didn't earn the reimbursement?
I mean,
that's
everybody,
it's,
everybody's different, but
I know.
personally, my goal was not to get that money back. My
That was
kids would
just
have
the
been in
bonus.
it regardless.
Just put it out there.
Yeah.
That amount of money is an instructional aid.
We have to start somewhere, unfortunately.
We are still
And-
not fully staffed, and I'm not looking to be fully staffed when it comes to our instructional aides. That's really how this is gonna start, folks, is when people resign or there's positions that used to be there. If we don't need that position anymore, you're not gonna see a motion in front of you to employ.
Well, I mean, how old is our levy? 20 years old? I mean,
Our levy.
like the levy rate that we're at.
15,
Requested
wasn't it 15?
increase.
How long,
You mean how long?
like, how long was that percentage ever asked to be increased? We had the referendum for the junior high, clearly to
Oh,
fill.
when was the last time?
Yes,
Oh, like, I don't think it's ever happened.
a lot has changed since.
You referring to a referendum to increase your limiting rate? Good chance you won't. Because Will County adopted in '96 to become a cap tax district.
Mhm.
So you go back to '96, 99, I believe it was, but I will double check with the clerk's office.
Well,
And then
we're
I
at
still
an
think-
excellent level we need to bring in to where we can afford it.
Now, I said this for the month after I got on the board, the technology fee for registration.
I know.
I've always thought we should have a technology fee that would help our educational fund, and we still don't have it, or at least covered our insurance costs. Like,
I know.
and then no, because of COVID and people don't have money, and then every year it's no, and then here we are again. We are over budget, and we are still not charging technology fees.
I know.
I really do think, and I know, I don't even know if I know it's not until next year, and that's what I emailed about adding it even for this year.
I know.
Every other district has it. That's an easy way
Yeah.
to kind of help. It's not enough to fix that 1 to 1.5 million shortfall in that fund, but at least we're not just throwing money out at insurance. At least make the fee enough to cover the insurance we have for the devices.
How about making an option for parents to buy the Chromebooks? And then have it 4 years long and stuff, and then, the school can
Well, there's a whole thing, because
Yeah,
they're
if
in
they
a
buy
program
them,
with
we
them
can't work
to
on them.
recycle them and stuff like that, so there's a whole thing with that.
No, I didn't mean buying from outside.
You would have to
No,
talk.
I know.
No, you have to
Right.
talk to Joe about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole thing, program set up that he's in with the devices and everything.
There he is.
Joe, that's not an option?
It could be. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. Fee or a benefit of, trying to say, hey, if you keep it in good condition and you pay a small fee each year, then part of it's subsidized and that'll help them keep the device clean.
At the end of whatever, when it's our cycle time, you can own it or we can recycle it. And because everything's on a cycle, right? I mean, these things don't last forever. We've got a cycle where they're getting replaced already, correct?
Correct.
So it would just kind of be like when it's time to
Yeah.
phase them out, you can keep it.
When they go out of cycle, we utilize those to fill in the gaps, but there's still usually a few extra, I would say like maybe 50 extra per year that end up getting sold to a technology recycling or refurbishing company.
Oh, we got that back.
What I'm saying is not make that, I just want to clear the record.
Oh,
You have to buy it, you
Yes,
can't.
of course.
Right, yes.
Gotcha.
You opt out.
Right? And I totally agree with the technology fee. I just feel like this late, I just,
Next year.
I mean,
That's
definitely
what you
next
guys
year.
tell me every year.
I
I bring
know.
it up. Next year, I mean, it's not like I'm just throwing this at the last
Well,
minute.
guess
I
what?
have said it
Next
for.
year is here.
Like, when
Yeah.
you think
I
about
keep saying it, and you
families,
guys
I
keep
know,
saying,
when
the
you think
families
about
can't afford
families
it, they
with
can't
multiple
whatever.
kids, like, that's $200 for a family with 4 kids,
But
like.
every other district charges the technology fee. At least, like I said, cover our insurance that we have to pay on it. Like,
Yeah.
we have to pay that every year regardless for their child's device. At least they can cover that. That way if something goes wrong, I mean, you get replacements of it, and we have to do it regardless because the cost to replace it is way more than just the cost to insure it.
These are operational expenses. that
Yeah,
we have
which
to
is
cut.
where we
I
have
know.
a budget shortfall because we are paying them for the students.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know of any other districts that don't have technology fees. And they're not looking at a budget shortfall without a referendum. So at one point, we've got community members coming in here saying that things need cut or things need to go back on the people. Well, this is one of those
Here it
things.
is.
This is a different.
This is another perk
Education than
that
we've
we
set up.
can't afford to do anymore.
Unfortunately,
So-
this is hitting the people with students in the district.
Yeah.
People
I'm
that
not
have
trying to be
students in
mean,
the
I'm just
district,
saying,
it's
like,
not.
this is a perk we can't afford to give anymore.
The RTI programs we set up, there's so many things that we have set up to make this district
I
where,
just think that.
that we have to
whatever-
reconsider.
Sorry, I apologize. I just think we have to sell it, you have to tell the people why these fees are coming though, because, people have to understand why they're coming, because when they come in, they register, you see $200.
Yeah.
Again, you gotta explain it, I think people are more adapt to understanding if it's explained, instead of just walking in blindly,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I know, but we tried to explain this referendum, and that's where we're at. I know,
I mean, and
I know.
registration hasn't started yet, so it's not like, it's part of registration. It's
You
part of.
can't do
I know,
that.
but
have
that's
Black
in a
Week,
week.
you have-
You
It's,
cannot do
it's
it
in a week.
That would be,
Next
No,
week starts
I
registration.
agree, actually.
You
I
can't
agree
do
with
that, but
everything.
I hear you, but you cannot do it now.
I don't want,
Because I don't know what registration is until I go every year. Everything goes up, registration always goes up every year.
but they
It's
would
up
have to
elementary.
update all of their stuff as well,
What I can do is I'll sit with Joe, and we'll kind of come up with 2 plans, a flat technology fee, and then like a buyback program, and then kind of present those to both of you, present both of them
I-
to everybody. That way you guys can see the pros and cons, and then put something in the books.
just like an option, I just want an option
Yeah.
where that's if the parents wanna buy it,
Yeah. In lieu of a $50 a year fee if you buy the laptop now.
Yeah. okay, all right.
Joe would love to work on that.
Thanks, Joe.
The best.
All right, so we have some committee dates that are
Hold on,
gonna.
still got my update. I know you talked about it.
Oh, I thought that was already done. Okay, go
I
ahead.
just want to let you, I also mentioned in the board packet that the board still does not allow students out of residence or out of district to be students here unless you have some kind of new initiative I'm unaware of. That's still the plan. That's still where we're going with this. We're still looking for residency concerns. We want beecher students to get beecher taxpayer money.
So there's not a pay option? If you're out of district, you could pay, okay.
No, because what happens is when you allow out-of-district students,
I didn't know, some schools do, you know,
Yeah,
if you're
you
out of
can.
district, you
Yeah.
can come out of district, but you're gonna pay the student fee that, which is $11,000 per
Yeah.
student.
the thing with that is if you start allowing that to happen, you have to put together a plan that it's an anti-discriminatory plan. That way, if you say, Mr. Berserk, I'm sorry, kids can't come here, and he says, why? Well, X, Y, and Z.
Just for the record, I live here.
You do.
Because you're on Missouri.
No, no interest in.
But that's not even in there, so it's not an option
I just
at
think
all.
you stay with
You
what
guys,
the plan is.
you guys have never accepted out of district, and
No.
I
Nope, we're
don't
not
see any
gonna start
reason to
now.
do it now, but once again.
Unless they want to pay a lot of money so we can help make up some deficit.
Yeah, well, that's what, $1 million.
No, I'm just kidding.
We'll always take donations.
Definitely not. Okay. And then MAU committee? So we need, we will be scheduling for facilities that we are going to talk about, things that are changing there, and then it's going to probably follow up with finance, so we can talk about scheduling that same night. Do you have any preferences, Dr. Gahan?
Mondays always work best for me, but not next week. Well, it can't be next week. As you saw in my report, I will not be in contact with anybody next week.
Okay.
If you all call me, there's probably, because there's only 2 buildings left, because the third one burned down, I will not answer this phone. But yeah.
No,
after that-
enjoy your first ever vacation from the district. Okay, well then we'll contact on that, okay? So we're looking for that, and then we also need a transportation. Wait, no, you don't.
No, so with transfer, I mentioned the one before the meeting.
I'll contact everybody else.
The one thing that we're hoping for was a route finder. Well, that's not gonna happen. And I've also already talked to Mr. Austin that Jim Crocker needs to make sure that those buses are up and running for a good year or two. We should be getting our new bus though this week. It's in factory right now, not in factory, it's in their lot, transportation now. So
Built, just has to come here.
not only is it built, it's, yeah.
And I read right, we're good on bus drivers so far.
Yep, 100%. I asked Scott the other day. He said, yeah, everything's good to go. But I did mention to you guys that he is kind of consolidating some of the stops just to make sure things go a little bit more smoothly. So as those things, to make sure he communicates those with families. Part of the finance, we will, as I said, we'll have a tentative budget in August. So, I mean, obviously we'll have this beforehand, but that will be discussed with finance.
So,
So do you want to wait till August then?
No, you can have it.
so we could have it
I
this
shouldn't
week
say-
or the first week of August, basically.
You do July
I wouldn't do
25th
this
or
week.
August 1st.
Then next week, okay.
Nope. 2
Nope, not
weeks.
next week.
2 weeks would be July.
Yeah,
the
right,
week of
so
July
August
25th.
1st.
No.
No, the week of July.
No, you can do the 25th. The week of the
You're the week
25th.
of the 25th. You're.
Or
For facilities and everything?
So the purpose of the facility is that now that we have a direction from the community who voted the way they did, now we can kind of put together a plan saying, all right, these are the things we have to make sure we continue to do. And then if things change, here's kind of our 2-3 year goal.
Okay.
Yep. And then part of
Hopefully
that,
people watch out for people, they're, our cross-country and our track runners when
That's
they're
right.
on the roads.
and then part of that would be the finance committee where, we can say this is, our goal is to be, not deficit spending after 2 years. And, that's kind of what we're gonna look to do.
Why can't the kids run the golf course? I mean, that's
They
pretty.
do, they run the golf course.
They do, but it depends on what, season and stuff. Like for track, they can't. Cross-country,
No.
yeah, and they'll go out here a little bit, and then they'll do this subdivision here for cross-country. For track though, like when you're practicing batons and stuff, they're running like in this
In the
parking
parking
lot. And if you've ever picked up your kid from it, it's
Yeah,
a little
oh my
scary. Because parents are parked here and then there's kids trying to pass the
Still
baton.
running
The high
and
school's
coming.
even worse.
Yeah.
It's like no other.
And so
school.
we can't host either, so the buses are constantly driving as well.
No other school we can co-op with, just, not co-op, but,
But then
use
you have
their
to bus them
facility.
and find
But then we got a
drivers
bus
and.
to
Yeah,
get to
all
we've
the
asked,
drivers
we've
and
asked
route.
Creed, I mean, they're amicable to it, but they have a team too, and they
Yeah.
use it, so, yeah.
It's a lot. And then as a reminder, I will not be here for the next board meeting. I will be out of town.
Speaking of the next board meeting, remember I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My daughter's open house she's becoming a 6th grader, so she's going to the junior high. It's from 5:30 to 7. I can be here by 7:30 if you're willing to start the meeting by 7:30, 7:35. I will be late. Or you can start it without me. I mean, It's up
Okay,
to
I'm not
you.
gonna be here, you
All
guys.
right, so I just need to know what you guys want to do, if you,
Or
if
did
you're
you want to
willing.
reschedule it,
Or like the following Monday or the Wednesday? I mean, that's your.
I mean,
I'll be home that 15th, and I'll be home the 3rd before it too.
I mean, or is that too close, like, because
To
if we
start
do it, if
school
we do it
year?
the 15th and you start school the 17th, that's a little close for you, like.
right,
Or would you want to do August 3rd? No. Yeah?
what's August?
No,
No.
Wednesday.
Did
No.
you see Marla's face? No.
Thank you. Okay, no problem. So just,
If you're willing to push it back a half hour, start at 7:30,
It's at 7:30.
I will,
Okay,
I will
is that
make sure
all
I'm
right
here
with
by
you guys?
7:30.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay. So Larry will be leading that, so we'll let him know.
And I'm guessing for your committee meeting, you don't want the 25th, because that's like your first day back from vacation. To be prepped for that, like,
That's quite all right.
He'll be ready to go.
Yeah,
first.
it's part of my job.
First.
When I'm here, I'm doing my
I
job.
have jury duty that week.
Ew. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. Anything for upcoming dates or information to come? All right. I need,
school audit will take place the 27th, 28th.
School audit. I got that big breakfast. Form
All
to
right.
fill out, you have any? Yeah.
all right.
And then do we have any like open houses already scheduled and stuff for our kids we can say to put out there, or no, we don't have that right now?
You would have to ask the principals,
I
and
know,
they are.
they're not here. I know.
I don't think they have anything
They can tell you.
figured out yet.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. I need a motion to adjourn.
So,
Second. Glad Randy.
All right. All in favor?
hi.
Thank you.
I need these, please.
I can pass it.
Okay.
And Larry's packet.
Good looking shirt you have.